Welcome back to Elijah Plus, and in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the 15 Plus. I know a lot of the YouTube content creators out there are talking about the 15 Pro lineup and how the camera's going to be, and the features, and USB-C, and all that stuff. But I've been kind of curious to talk about the iPhone 15 Plus. As we know, the iPhone 14 Plus has low-key been a flop for Apple, and the sales wasn't performing well that Apple thought they would be getting. It's actually doing worse than the 13 Mini, which was kind of weird because you figure, people would want a bigger phone without paying the, Pro price. But obviously most people are just saying, well, we might as well just go with the Pro. Partially, I believe it's kind of Apple's fault just because they priced it at $899 for the 14 Plus, and it's super close to the iPhone 14 Pro lineup. So it's like, save $100 or $200 more and you might as well just get a Pro and, better phone. So pricing, first of all, I would definitely change up the pricing when it comes to the lower end models of the 15 lineup. So start the 15 off at $699, the Plus at $799, and then keep the Pro models at $999 and $1099. The next thing is, since the iPhone 14 Pros have the A16 chip, those will be finally going down to the regular lineup for the 15 and 15 Plus. So the 15 and 15 Plus will be getting the A16, and then the Pro models will be getting the A17. So now there will be a difference in performance when it comes to the regular models versus the 14. Also, the regular 15 lineup is getting a redesign, so it's going to have Dynamic Island. Unfortunately, it's still going to have the 60 Hz refresh rate. Also, I believe it's going to have that rounded edge design, just like the 15 Pros that are supposed to be getting that as well. The reason why I took keen to the 15 Plus is just because I believe it will finally get the popularity that it deserves, just because, it's a bigger size phone and everyone wants, well, most people want the bigger size phone, but some people don't want to pay, the Pro Max price. And so if Apple prices the lineup accordingly, I feel like a lot of people will enjoy the 15 Plus. I want to do an experiment to see what it will be like and what's the major differences between better battery life. Is the 15 Plus going to be better when it comes to battery life than the Pro Max? Will the battery life improve better than the 15 Pro because it has the 60 Hz refresh rate over the 120 Hz? With that being said, hopefully if funds are available, I want to get two phones so I can test that theory and prove to you guys, is it worth it getting a 15 Plus over the Pro Max when it comes to battery life? Also, I believe that if Apple releases the 15 Plus within the same time frame, like the 6.1 inch 15 that's supposed to come out, I believe the hype will still be there where people can decide if they want to get a bigger phone or not. Because remember with the 14 lineup, with the regular two models, the 14 and the 14 Plus, the 14 Plus was delayed because they had some manufacturing issues, and so they were trying to sort that out, and so that's why when it came in later, people were just like not really as hyped to get or try to test out the 14 Plus. So I feel like if Apple can release it at the same time with the 15 and then the 15 Plus, and then of course with the other Pro models being released together around the same time for pre-order, then people can, not have a longer of a wait if they decide to get a Plus model. So those are my thoughts of, I personally feel like the 15 Plus will be finally popular to get. Also because I feel like, I was kind of curious to see if I should go with the Plus model this year. But, with all the new stuff coming out with the Pro model, like the Dynamic Island, there was no longer a notch. It was more enticing to pick over the 14 Plus. But also, in my personal opinion, I feel like the 14 Plus and the 14 was going to fail. And here's why. I didn't think it was going to be most popular seller when it comes to buying the iPhones, because they put the same A15 chip in the 14s. And even though it was technically the same, it really wasn't. They just took the 13 Pro's version, not the 13's A15, the A15 Pro version from the 13 Pro lineup, and put it in the 14 and 14 Plus. So there was some type of spec boost when it came to performance, but it really wasn't that much. So now that finally we're having this on and off cycle when it comes to, the Pros getting the newer chip and the regular lineup getting the, older chip, I feel like now, since there's going to be definitely a difference when it comes to performance from when it comes to last year, people are going to realize that, okay, now there's a difference where it's enough where I can upgrade my phone. So it's getting the A16 chip, like I said before. It's no longer getting the notch, it's gonna get the dynamic island, and it still has great battery life, maybe even more because of how the chip is gonna do processing and expand the battery life. So that's, again, my thoughts and opinions of why, honestly, you should be hyped for getting the 15 Plus if you're not, going to get a Pro model device. So let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts, what are your opinions? Are you gonna go with the 15 Plus this year to test it out? Are you guys excited for the 15 Pros that I've been hearing about and how other people have been explaining how the camera bump is getting bigger? Anything in between, let me know in the comments. I wanna hear from you guys. Thank you for choosing Lytra Plus today, and I'll see you in another video.